Hello everyone, I am Muhammad Aslam Al Hindi and you are learning Solidworks 2018. So we will be proceeding for the slots. There are four kind of slots. The first one is a straight slot, clicking for it, the first point and then the second point, and then we will be dragging the cursor out. We'll be deciding the size of this slot. So as you can see, let me repeat it for you. The first point and the second point, they will be deciding the length of the slot, and when we'll be dragging the cursor out, it will be deciding the radius of the arcs of the slot. So this is the slot, and you can see there's a point in the middle of it, so we can dimension it using either the midpoint and one end, or we can dimension it using the both ends. And for the radius, we have to just click over this arc and we have to decide for the radius. So this is the straight slot. Just similar is the center point straight slot, in which we first take the center point of the slot and then we take one edge or one end of the slot, while the other end is automatically extended out, and then extending the cursor of after clicking the second point, we can define the radius. And similar way, we can either take the length of the slot, or we can take the midpoint and one end to get the half of the length of the slot. Accordingly, I'm taking this one as 20 mm, and we can take the radius as much as we need. These are the straight slots. Then the next one is a 3-point arc slot. It will be using 3 points of an arc to create the slot. So let us make an arc first of all. For example, this is the arc and we want to make a slot using the arc. So clicking for this slot, clicking for the first point and then for the second point and then for the third point to get in conformity with the arc, and then extending the cursor out, we can define its radius, the radius for its ends. So now in this kind of slot, we can define it using different ways. Firstly, we can use its center to define its location, its position, and then we can either define the angle of this arc with the center, or we can define the length of this arc. For example, I am taking the length of this arc. I have clicked on the both ends, and then I am going to click over the body of the arc, and I can define the length, this one, and this way I have defined the length of this slot. Whatever is the length of this arc would be the length of this slot, and then I can define the radius of this slot, of the ends of the slot, or you can say, roughly speaking, this thickness, this stretch of the cut or you can say this thickness of the slot or the width of the slot. Then let me show you how I can use the angle of the arc to define the arc. I have connected this end and this end using two lines with the center of this arc. Now I can give an angle to the arc. So this is my angle for the arc. This was my third kind of arc, and now I'm proceeding for the fourth, which is center point arc slot. It is much simpler because it is controlled by a center point of the arc. Now you can see it is behaving well like an arc or like a center point circle. So I'm going to start my arc from this point up to this point, or if I go in the negative direction, then I can go like this. So anyways, I'm going like this, and then stretching the cursor out, I can make it like this. And now this is my center point arc slot. So I can add the dimensions the same way to this arc as well, and the radius the same way. So these are the different kinds of arcs. So this much is enough for today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.